Where was I going? All right, good morning to you, beautiful people, and thanks so much for joining. This is ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator, CEO of ERGJ Enterprises, and we're back here with the new Black Wall Street Book Club, where Black folk do read. And a special week this week, or next 2 weeks, I think. Probably next 2 weeks or next 2.5 weeks before I head out of town. We're going to be going through the book that I wrote, which is the Black Billionaires Club. And so I'm super excited to do this and pick back up here, go through the 12 Black billionaires. And so hopefully as you guys are joining, go ahead and hit that like button, that share button, let people know that we're here. Good morning to you, by the way. Happy October. We're now in October. The year is flying by. I'm telling you, man, it's a great time to be alive here. Good morning to you, Ms. Vivian Reed. Thanks so much for joining as well. Thanks so much for joining. Let's see here who we got. Miss Vivian's up in the house. Who else has joined this morning? Well, go and let us know where you're connecting from, what city, what state, what country. Let us know that you are here in the house as we get ready to get started here on this Monday morning for the new Black Wall Street Book Club, where Black folk do read. You put in the book, we absolutely will find it. I had an absolutely phenomenal weekend. I am just ready to go, ready to tackle this week. So great. It's a fantastic day to have a great day. And hopefully you woke up and ready to do that as well. As you may know, we do have a class coming up this Tuesday, tomorrow night, where we're going to be teaching about website building, how to actually do a simple way for you to be able to build the e-commerce store, take what you do online, sell your stuff all over the world, find customers that you didn't know even existed. I found it to be very simple, but not only that, not only how to build it, but also how to manage it. Well, here's what I found in building websites is that it comes down to the management of that site. And too often it's so robust that you can't manage it yourself, especially if you're a beginning entrepreneur. Or I'm gonna teach you, I'm gonna give you some tools that you can use in order to be able to manage that site, how to keep up with inventory, how to ship out and get stuff out in a time frame that's manageable. So I want to make sure that you'll go ahead and get that class if you're interested in that. If you want to get an online store, you want to sell your stuff all over the place, sign up for that class today. I'll leave that pinned up in YouTube or on Facebook Live, and we're here on YouTube. Good morning to the YouTube Live, Facebook Live. It's time to get the show on the roll. You know, I'm not gonna waste too much time, man. We're gonna get right into this thing, man. The new Black Wall Street Book Club. DJ, you know what time it is. Hit the music.
All the words from the pages change your world. Your world can change your heart, can change your mind, can change your life. Can change your world.
All right, my beautiful people, man. Thanks so much for joining us here on the new Black Wall Street Book Club, where Black folk do read. You put in the book, we absolutely will find it. I'm your host, ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator, CEO of ERGJ Enterprise and ERGJ Black Bazaar. Hope you had a wonderful weekend, man. It's time to get this show on the road. We're going to be going through today the book, The Black Billionaires Club. That's right. The Black Billionaires Club is a book that I wrote last year, and it's a study of Black wealth. That's right. Everybody put it also study. It's a study of Black wealth. The study of the 12 richest Black people in the world today and how they built their wealth. And I just believe that if you want to be wealthy, you should study wealthy people. And so you have an opportunity to get this book as well, not just read it, hear from it, but actually get it, put it in your library, be able to pass it down to your next generation. Let them know that there was a time, all right? There was a time we had 12 out of the 2043, out of the 2,000 billionaires, there were 12. And we get to find out about those 12 over these next 2 weeks as we go through this book, The Black Billionaires Club. Matter of fact, I want you to go ahead and take a look at that cover if you can. And then try to figure out who you think is the richest Black person in the world, right? And if you look at that cover, who do you think is the richest Black person in the world? Well, hey, if you don't know, you'll find out at the end of the series, The Black Billionaires Club. Now, you can pick that book up at theblackbillionairesclub.com. That's right, theblackbillionairesclub.com. Go ahead and order the book today. Why not have the book in your library? That's a good question. Why not? Why not have the book in your library? You can pick that up at theblackbillionairesclub.com. Not only that, guys, if you want to, you can also go ahead and join the club, right? We do have a club that's going on, The Black Billionaires Club, where people are getting together and they're holding each other accountable to success. Last night we had a mastermind group alliance. You may have missed that, but maybe you can pick up next week when we continue to meet continue to hold each other accountable as we make progress towards our worthy ideal. And that just says me, man, what is your worthy ideal? That's a great question. What is your worthy ideal? What is your worthy ideal? What is it that you're looking to build? And maybe, just maybe, you might need a little help doing that or getting there on your own. So you go ahead and join the Black Billionaires Club. It's a $20 per month investment into yourself to walk away from the crowd of broke, walk away from the crowd of complaint, and to get to the people who's actually solving the problems in their life and moving forward. Man, I'm telling you, man, it's one thing to do it by yourself. It's a whole nother thing to do it together. And I found out this weekend, man, just having the help that you need, man, it helps you to really expand, right? I did an event this weekend, and I'm just so appreciative of the assistance, because had I tried to do it by myself, guys, it would have been a catastrophe. But because I had the help, because I had people that were around that cared enough to try to be there, we were able to have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday, a monster weekend. But I could not have done it by myself. And I'm trying to tell you right now that you building your dream, your goal, going after this big audacious goal that you have, stop trying to do it by yourself. I mean, nobody's perfect, but you can find ways to work with others if you have a common goal in mind. And one of our common goals is the completion, right? The completion of our goals. And so go ahead and join the BBC at www.theblackbillionairesclub.com, www.theblackbillionairesclub.com. You can join the BBC today. Matter of fact, if you're here, you've already joined, go put in the comments below, #BBC. Good morning to you. Miss Wakita is up in the house. Miss Pat Goodrich is up in the house. Vivian Reed over at Facebook Live. Good morning to you. Hey, how are you, Miss Lovely? Thanks so much for joining over at YouTube Live as well. Man, it's the October 1st, so I figure we might want to start with day one of our mindset makeover flashcards. That's right, our mindset makeover flashcards. Again, this is something else that you can pick up as well. Another $20 investment that you can do. Just inbox us, let us know you want to get it. Day number one, it simply says this: my name is, you fill in the blank. My name is, of course, my name is ERGJ. My name is ERGJ, and I'm destined for greatness. That's right, an affirmation to get you started on your month. Right? It says, hey, don't start your month till you finish your month. That's a good saying. Don't start the month until you finish the month. Well, what does that mean? Well, that means that you planned out, you've done a well thought out plan on how you want this month to go. See, don't be the person that just starting this month, just going along with it, don't have no plan, don't have no goal, any road to get you there. But do you have a well thought out plan for how you want this month to go? How much money you want to make? How many houses you want to sell? Whatever it is that you do. Do you have a well thought out plan for the month of October, which we are starting today? Fall month, right? Don't start the month till you finish the month. Don't start the day till you finish the day. Don't start the year until you finish the year. Means that you've laid it out. You said, this is where I'm going. And then you work your plan. You plan your work, then you work your plan. Good morning to you, Mr. Mark Daniels, man. Thanks so much for joining us here on the New Black Wall Street Book Club. And we are going to get into our book today, man. The Black Billionaires Club. Again, the book that I wrote. Now I'm going to start here. Let's see. I don't know. Let's start with our little intro. So at any rate, man, did you know that out of 2,000 billionaires in the world today, that only 12 of them are black? The Black Billionaires Club is a study of the 12 and how they built their wealth. These 12 extraordinary individuals have defied odds and entered into an elite global economic status. Black Billionaires Club is the face of black wealth today. Study this book to learn how to build wealth and become the next member of the Black Billionaires Club. That's right, the next member of the Black Billionaires Club. Here's our intro, guys. If I were to ask you who are the richest people in the world, your answer would probably be Bill Gates or Warren Buffett or Mark Zuckerberg. But if I were to ask you who are the richest black people in the world today, would you be able to answer that question? Do you know that they even exist? Well, this book is a study of the richest black people in the world, and we will embark on a journey to learn how to earn our way to prosperity by standing on the shoulders of giants. The giants of black wealth have already come before us. People like Reginald Lewis, Mansa Musa, and Madam C.J. Walker are historical giants who can be found in your local library. The black economic giants of today can be found on the following pages. Only 12 of the 2,043 billionaires in the world today are black. We can count down to 12 black billionaires and uncover how they built their wealth. Remember this: if you want to be wealthy, do what wealthy people do. right? Are you ready? Let's build. That's the question right there. Are you ready? That's what I'm talking about, man. Good morning to you. God bless you, sir. I don't know who you are. God bless you, sir. We don't do the whole Nick. I don't know what the Nick thing is. Good morning to you, by the way. BBC is up in the house. Latia Taylor, thanks so much. I'm gonna have to. Oh Lord, I'm gonna have to get rid of you. I don't know who you are. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for doing. Good morning to you. All right, man. So number 12, well, I don't know. We might go, we'll probably just do one a day. I don't know, 2 a day. I don't know. Number 12 is Mr. Dr. Mohammed Ibrahim. Dr. Mohammed Ibrahim. 1.14 billion is his net worth, right? Dr. Mohammed Ibrahim, 1.14. Mr. Ibrahim is the founder, a little brief synopsis. He founded the Celltel International, it's a mobile phone company that served Africa and the Middle East. He also founded MSI, a consultancy and software company. He's the founder of Mo Ibrahim Foundation, which focuses on fighting corrupt leadership in Africa. He's a majority shareholder of Satia Capital, which invests in African businesses. He's a member of the African Regional Advisory Board of London Business School. Also members of boards including Alliance for a Green Revolution in Africa, International Crisis Group, Oversight Group, and National Resources Charter. Dr. Ibrahim has pledged to give at least half of his wealth to charity by joining the Giving Pledge. Now, the Giving Pledge is something that you might have heard that Bill Gates and Warren Buffett have joined. They decided that, hey, man, we made all this money. We're going to do our best to give half of it away, at least half of it away, to make the world a better place. So Dr. Ibrahim has actually done this. Now, here's a breakdown of how he built his wealth. I don't know what's going on here at Facebook. I'm going to have to keep going to the little check button, make sure I'm getting these comments. I know you guys are commenting. Good morning to you, by the way. Good morning to you, Miss Monica. Good morning to you, Miss Flowers. Dr. Mohammed Ibrahim taught undergraduate telecommunication courses at Thames Polytechnic, which is now called the University of Greenwich, in the early 80s. He also worked for British Telecom and later became a technical director for Cellnet. In 1989, he founded the consultancy and software company MSI. His company helped the cellular industry design their networks before the industry shifted focus to mobile phones in the late 90s. In 1998, MSI reorganized their corporate structure and spun off MSI Cellular Investments, which was later renamed to Celltel, Africa's mobile operator. In 2000, MSI was bought by the Marconi Company. MSI had, at that time, 800 employees who owned approximately 30% of the stock at the point of its sale. In 2005, he sold Celltel. Okay, so he built the company, and which then migrated to a bigger company, merged and acquisition, and then he ended up selling that company to Kuwait's mobile telecommunications company for $3.4 billion, and he profited from that sale $1.4 billion. So the main area in which he built his wealth was to build a company, right? Build a business. And he built it to the point where he could then sell it and then profit from it. See, this is what billionaires do. They build business. This is why I like studying billionaires. All this other stuff don't really, it's like, if I want to get to the money, I need to figure out what they have done. So I've actually started a business. I started 2. And some of you haven't started a business. If you started a business, in the comments below, I'd like you to tell us what it is that you do. Name the company of your business and quite possibly how we can find you. Maybe a website or something like that. Maybe you are in the building business stage of your life, your career. You're starting just like he did. This was 20, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. He started something, built it to the point that he could then sell it, and he profited from it $1.4 billion. Now, I want you also to notice as we do this study, we're going to just do one a day. As we do this study, that he built a company which was useful to a lot of people. And so there are 2 principles that I always teach when it comes to building wealth. Number 1, you gotta solve a problem. So the problem that he solved was communications, allowing people to connect in Africa via the cell phone, which is back when the cell phone was getting popular, right? But then number 2, you have to serve more people. So he solved the problem that served enough people, built it to a point that he could then sell it, or they could sell it as a company, and he profited $1.4 billion. That's a lot of people that they're serving with that cell phone company. Probably the biggest company, the biggest cell phone company in Africa. If you imagine all the people in Africa at the time. So you imagine if you built a cell phone company and it served all the people in America, how wealthy would you be? Right? So you got to solve a problem that serves enough people. That's how you get rich. That's how you get rich. This is why I love studying billionaires, not hundredaires, not broke folk, all the stuff that they know. Build a business. Now he sold Celltel. When he sold Celltel, it had over 24 million mobile phone subscribers in 14 African countries. Just think about that for a second. At the time of its sale, they were serving over 24 million people in Africa. That is a lot. In 2006, Dr. Ibrahim used his profits to set up the Mo Ibrahim Foundation. Now he said, well, I got a little money. What I'm going to do now? Well, now he set up a nonprofit, a foundation, and he wanted to focus on the critical importance of governance and leadership in Africa. He wanted to fight corrupt leadership. This is what he's been working on since he sold his business and became a billionaire. Fighting tyranny, fighting corruption. See, this stuff we don't know. We don't know what some of our great economic leaders are doing in our own community. The foundation publishes the foundation publishes the Ibrahim Index of African Governance, an annual report of the quality of governance in all 54 African countries. The foundation also offers scholarships for both master and postgraduate African students. So it provides scholarships, allow African students to go to college, right? In 2007, the foundation initiated the Mo Ibrahim Prize for Achievement in African Leadership, which celebrates African executive leaders who have developed their countries as well as strengthened democracy and human rights for their people. The Mo Ibrahim Prize awards $5 million over 10 years and $200,000 per year for life thereafter. So just imagine if you were the one to win this award, you will be awarded $5 million over 10 years and then $200,000 every year for the rest of your life. Wow. So he's a billionaire now, which he built the business, built that business up, sold that business, profited from that business, built a nonprofit from that in order to then give back and what do you just say? Reward people who are doing right in the country, and I believe he's from, I don't know which country he's from, which country in Africa, but all over Africa who are doing right in Africa. Let me do a quick check here. What's up, Greg? How you doing, man? Thanks so much for joining. How are you? So I find this very interesting because this is what billionaires do. Now, many of us, we may not really read into the life of these people with massive wealth, but they actually are doing good things. They're now I'm going to say all of them, but in this particular case, is Mr. Mo Ibrahim. He has a heart. He has a heart for people in Africa. This is where he's from. He wants to make sure that politics in Africa are doing right by the people. And so they have built the foundation which rewards those who do right, those who are righteous, and not only reward them one time, but reward them for the rest of their life so they can continue to do good things. And so I find this very interesting. Number one, just the mere fact that that to build that company up, to be in telecommunications, to start out as a teacher, right? He started out as teaching undergraduate, and he took what he taught to then go build. So he took what he knew to then go create something that will make a difference. And then he built that to the point where he could sell it. Then he took that profit and then he built something else, which was to fund his mission. Now, this is what it says to me. As I think about the things that I want to do, and maybe you think about the things that you want to do as well, but he found a way to finance his own mission. That's right. He found a way to finance his own mission. Now, notice they may, at this point, they may take donations and all that stuff, but he took from what he had built, what he had sold. He took from his profits to then go and build his foundation, which was his mission. See, this is what I find interesting. And I kind of switched to go this route as well, because I started thinking about, man, I didn't want to be the person that's always begging for a handout when I could actually go produce the profits that I want and then go back on the front end. Also tell that if you're a nonprofit, you should have if you are a for-profit entity, you should have a nonprofit goal. That's money that you can funnel right back into your own enterprise to make the difference that you want to make. So these are some of the things that I've kind of picked up from Dr. Mo Ibrahim. He's on the giving pledge. He wants to give half of his wealth away, right? Just like Bill Gates, just like Warren Buffett, built the business that served enough people, that solved a problem and served enough people to take him to billionaire status. He didn't stop there. He used his billions for good, because good is in his heart, in order to fight tyranny and corruption in the country for which he serves, which is Africa. Man, this brother here, although he's number 12 on the list, Dr. Mo Ibrahim, thumbs up to you, brother. Now let's do a little breakdown on some of these terminology. We do put terminology in the book as well, because I've written this book not only for, really not for adults, not just for adults, but really for those up-and-coming youngsters, so they can understand some of these money terms. Billionaire terminology, stock. Well, what is a stock? Oh, what's going on, Mr. Steve? A stock is a share in the ownership of a company. Businesses raise capital through the issue of shares. You can actually own stock in a company. You know, in America, we have the opportunity to be a part of any of these companies that we, any of these publicly traded companies that we spend our money with anyway. You know, Walmart, Apple, Nike. You have an opportunity to actually be a part owner of those companies by owning stock in those companies. Governance. Thought that was a pretty big word. Governance is the establishment of policies and continuous monitoring of their proper implementation by the members of the governing body of an organization. A spinoff, we heard that word. It spit off and created another company. This is the creation of an independent company through the sale of an existing business of a parent company. I'm saying it again, this is the creation of an independent company through the sale of an existing business of a parent company. Equitable. Well, what does that mean? Equitable is fair and impartial. Fair and impartial. A scholarship. I know many of us know what that is. It's a grant or payment made to support a student's education, awarded based on academic or other achievement. The giving pledge, which we've heard as well, is the commitment by the wealthiest individuals and families across the globe to donate most of their wealth to philanthropy. What's philanthropy? Well, it's the desire to promote the welfare of others, expressed especially by the generous donation of money to good causes. How many guys got philanthropy in your heart? How many guys want to do something good with the money that you make? You know, you want to make a difference in this world. Well, this is what some of the billionaires have done. Shareholders, owner of shares in a company, and a board member is a group of individuals that are elected to oversee the activities of a corporation or organization. So what we've done, guys, is that's actually number 12, Mr. Dr. Mo Ibrahim. So if you selected him, you thought he was number 1. Nope, he's number 12. Dr. Mo Ibrahim, number 12. He's the 12th richest Black person in the world today. We've just gone through how he built his wealth. Built a company that served enough people, solved enough problems, served over 24 million people or subscribers across Africa, sold the business, right, for 3.4 billion. He profited 1.4 billion of that, and then he's starting to do good with his profits. He's starting to make a difference. He's starting to finance his mission, which is to fight political tyranny and corruption in Africa. Did you know Dr. O. Ibrahim? Well, now you do. And of course, this is just a little tape, right? You can go study more, find out more about what he's doing now in 2018, things like that. Man, look him up. This is a Black billionaire, and hopefully now you know a little bit more about those that look like us and are doing some wonderful things. Well, guys, this is the New Black Wall Street Book Club, where Black folk do read. All the time I want to give, Black folk do read. You put in the book, we absolutely will find it. Hopefully you find value out of what we've done today. As we're going to be going through the book, The Black Billionaires Club. You can pick this book up at www.theblackbillionairesclub.com. Right now, I'd like for you to just share with me a billionaire principle, which is price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Right now, I want you to think about the price you paid to be here, guys. This is something I do for free. I like to get up, and I'm going to read anyway. We might as well read together. But you didn't have to spend any of your money, not a dime, but you have spent 30 minutes of your time, which you can't get back. And I don't take your time for granted. So I'd like to know in the comments below, what value did you receive for the time that you've invested to be here today on the New Black Wall Street Book Club? Was it worth your time, and why? In the comments below, go ahead and share with us what value, what was your takeaway? What did you learn today about some of the wealthiest Black people in the world today? We talked about Dr. Mo Ibrahim and his story on how he built his wealth and what he's doing with that money as well. Man, share with us in the comments below what you learned today. What was your biggest takeaway on the New Black Wall Street Book Club today? Now, as you guys do that, I know I talk faster than you type, so I'll give you time to do that. Just want to make you aware that, yes, you can pick up the book, The Black Billionaires Club, at www.theblackbillionairesclub.com. I only offer it in a book, and there's purpose behind it, because I want this book to be on your shelf. I want it to be in your library. I want it to be handed down, physically picked up by your child, by your children's children, by your children's children's children. And they can look at it and say, man, in 2017, there was a brother who wrote a book about the 12 richest Black people in the world. Now I can look at uncles and aunts and grandpas and grandmothers and be like, if they could do it, I could do it. That's right, man. You also have the opportunity to join the Black Billionaires Club, which is you go to www.theblackbillionairesclub.com, click on Join the BBC, and you can join us on a ride to financial freedom. You can come along with us, build with us as well. As we help you build, you help us build, we build together. Here's the one thing that I really learned, that as we give, as we all give unto each other, everyone gets. Everyone wins. See, what I found also is that too many people just want to get but never want to give. But it says giving is better, right? Giving is better than receiving. So as you give and as everyone gives, and this is what we do in the club, everybody gets and everybody wins. Well, Ms. Monica, our takeaway is to build and give back with your profit. Man, what does that be like, man? If every nonprofit that is built today was built off the profits, when they finance their own mission, they ain't got to ask the government for nothing. They ain't got to, they got to, beg for donors and all that stuff. It's good to have them, but what if you don't have to have them because you have taken from your profits and you financed your mission in the nonprofit world, and you're just getting the political cuts that you get as a nonprofit. Like he said, use my profit to fund my nonprofit and give back to. Absolutely, man. But check here on on Facebook Live here, just make sure I'm missing anything. All right, fans, look, believe it, man. It takes certain steps to get to the ultimate goal, and it starts with the smaller goals first. Absolutely. Well, guys, this is the New Black Wall Street Book Club, where Black folk do read. I hope that, again, that you've taken something away for them today. We'll be picking up on number 11 tomorrow, the 11th richest Black person in the world, and how he or she built their wealth. We'll pick up on that tomorrow. Man, until that time, man, I want you to remember this, that it takes a village, and it starts with us. It starts with a man or woman looking in the mirror and deciding they're going to be the change that they want to see. Man, let's build, people. Let's build these bank accounts. Let's build this community. Let's build our businesses. But most importantly, let's build one another. And let's do it together. We all we got. But guess what? That's enough. Man, I pray to God to preserve each and every one of you today, that you'll go out as you set your goals. If you finished your day before you started your day, that you will crush those goals today. You'll go to bed exhausted because you've done all you can. You've done all that you can with all that you got. Until that time, man, you know what time it is. DJ, hit the music.